It's your boy DJ Bugsy, Do It for Hip Hop Podcast, episode 107. I got the first segment, Indie Artist Spotlight. I got my bro in the building, Primetime Primo. Welcome to the show, bro.
What's going on, man? How you feel?
I'm feeling good. So you from Uptown?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I heard the song So Philly, so that's the first thing I want to get into. Let's talk about So Philly and what inspired that. And then I seen you had the AI jersey on, so you was representing for AI when the time he was here. So break that down, So Philly.
So Philly was it was something that I kind of wrote just to kind of like get back into that whole like lyrical aspect of the music, like it was just kind of seeing the direction that like the underground hip hop movement is moving in, and kind of seeing that like a lot of guys are really starting to like bring back that real hip hop aspect. So, for me, it was just kind of like just stepping back into that. And just kind of reminding people like, don't let the don't let the other music, like, you know what I'm saying, make you think that I don't still get down. So, it was just a display of skills, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I also seen at 2 a.m. in the Condado.
Yeah.
Now, when I first heard the song, the first person that came to my mind was Drizzy. So Can you tell me, does that correlate? Because he had songs where he talk about time and police and all that.
It was it was inspired by that. But I don't know. It was just kind of like it was just something to me that like I was just kind of speaking on like some real life stuff, like in my real life. But yeah, it was definitely like just inspired by that. Condado is a city in Puerto Rico. And when I got home. Cause I was out there for a week with my girl. So when I got home and I started writing, that song title just kind of came to mind, and I just feel like the whole vibe just kind of fit. You know what I'm saying?
That's perfect. You've been dropping a lot of projects in 2022, bro. Primo 1, Primo 2.
Yeah.
And you had to join out like girls, like, cause I know a lot of times with new artists, they want to get that content out. What made you this year kind of like go super hard with bringing out a lot of content, a lot of music?
Performing. Like, just kind of being able to like go to different places and, have like different songs to do. But on top of that, like just having a catalog. So that, when people go to look me up, you're not just looking at 5 songs or, you know what I'm saying, like one mixtape that's been out since last year. It's like, I want people to go through and really like listen to the work that I've been putting in over the last year. Like it's a lot of growth in it. So, it's definitely like important to just, give people that option of, let me go through his music and find what I like. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Do you think today's climate of hip hop is important to have a manager and someone to kind of like guide you? Because I know you have a manager. Shout out to him. He's in the building. But do you feel like that's important, or you feel like artists can be independent and kind of like shape their own careers?
I think you can be independent and shape your own career, but a lot of that comes with knowing the business, which is where I think you 100% need to have a manager. Because you have to have somebody on your side that knows what they're talking about. It's gonna be a lot of stuff that like you as an artist, you're not really gonna have the answers to. So having a manager definitely helps in that aspect. And not only that, like that's gonna be at some point you're gonna have to have a manager one way or another. So it's like the earlier that you get one and you build that rapport and that relationship with them, the smoother that your career is gonna go, because you're always gonna have that person by your side that's gonna be able to get whatever needs to be done for you. You know what I'm saying?
And shout out to him, very professional brother.
Always, man.
The way he, brought you to the podcast and got you on the pod, everything was smooth selling.
Listen, that's what he's supposed to do.
Exactly. I do want to talk about Uptown, where you from, and I do want to talk a little bit about growing up. Can you shape that for me? And then we're going to get into Uptown overall.
I mean, growing up was cool, man.
Single family home or?
I grew up with my mom and my dad in the house. They separated later on, but I grew up with both of my parents in the house. I was very fortunate to grow up on the street. Like I lived across the street from my cousins. So it was like, it was cool, like living on the block, man. You come outside, I'm saying they house is right across the street. Ain't no crazy way you got to take Right. But yeah, man. I mean, honestly, you know, it was fun. You know, we made the best out of, you know, everything we had. So, you know, I don't have no complaints, man. You know, parents is great, man. You know, they made sure that, you know what I'm saying, me and my sister was always cool.
Okay.
They always made sure, you know, anything like we needed, you know, we always had. So,
okay, cool.
You know, to me, that's always the most important thing.
I want to ask you, bro, because we just lost a Uptown great, P&B Rock. Do you feel like, rest in peace, do you feel like being a rapper is the most dangerous job? And if it is, why did you apply for it?
I don't think it's the most dangerous job. I think what a lot of people gotta realize is sometimes that stuff, you know what I'm saying, like the outside stuff comes with its own, you know, lifestyle.
Okay.
And I think a lot of times we see music mix in with that. And, you know, we tend to blame it on the music when it's not really the music. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of artists out here that are moving the way that they moving, and, you know, they don't have, you know, any problems.
Okay.
So I don't think it's the most dangerous job. Is it a dangerous job? 100%. You know what I'm saying? It's you know, you getting a lot of attention. So, you know, people are watching you, and everybody don't have good intentions for you. But I mean, you know, I love music, man. I love rapping. I love making music. You know, I love that whole creative process. So, you know, for me, it's just like I'd rather do that all day than anything else.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, on one part of the song, you said demons you wrestle with. Do you care to shed light on what you meant by that line?
Yeah, just you know, just dealing with you know, my own coping mechanisms for, you know, things that have happened in my life, you know, between you know, my parents being divorced and losing my grandparents, and, you know, just you know, relationship issues, and just kind of like dealing with it all. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times we don't deal with stuff, and we deal with a lot of things at the same time. We try to deal with everything. So, you know, for me, it's just kind of like, you know, a lot of things catch up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And yeah, it's just, you know, just dealing with everything at the same time, trying to think about how to fix everything in your life.
That makes sense. Now, speaking of is that your grandparents on the?
Yeah.
So they was kind of like, I guess, your heroes, you would say.
Yeah, man, they played a very, very, very important part of my life. You know, I got a lot of love in my heart for West Philly because of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I spent a lot of my time as a kid at their house.
Okay.
So, you know, losing them, you know, was like devastating, but
yeah.
I think that just kind of motivated me more to, you know, keep moving with the music and keep, you know what I'm saying, pushing myself and, you know, pushing my name out there.
Perfect. Do you, now, when you speak of them, do you have a song that you put together for them specifically, or something that kind of like talked about their story or your time with them?
Not yet.
You working on it? It's coming.
Yeah,
one day.
It's coming one day. That's something that like I definitely gotta let, you know, come to me when that time is right.
Yeah. I
so
respect that.
You know, yeah, man. That's something like if I'm gonna talk about that, I definitely want to like speak from the heart. So I want that song to come about like naturally,
organically.
Yeah.
Perfect. I want to ask you, man, because a lot of rappers that's from Philly get inspired from people that's in their environment. And you being from Uptown's known for the spitters. You got Vodka, Quilly, rest in peace of P&B Rock. But were you watching the DVD era during that time? Was that something that kind of like made you pick up a pen and want to be an artist?
Nah, my dad actually made me want to be an artist.
Your dad, for real?
Yeah, 'cause he used to rap back in the day. So I kind of like.
Who your dad?
My man right there.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Yo, I didn't know that. I didn't know that your manager was your dad.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. Wow.
Yeah, man. My pop used to rap, man. Like I grew up around.
So hold up.
Rap.
What was your dad rap? What was your rap name, bro? What was your...
The Big Vision.
You said what?
The Big Vision, man. The Big Vision.
The Big Vision. Damn, that shit. So was he part of a group, or was he just?
Nah, it was
just him by himself. Yo, man, that shit crazy, man.
Yeah, man. I grew up. I grew up on rap. Like,
right.
I grew up around rap. I grew up in the studio. Like, when we was in the car, especially when it was just me and him.
Yeah.
Like it was just rap all day.
So did y'all ever do a collaboration, like father and son type?
So I got an EP under the name Primetime. It's a hobby, and the last song on there is actually me and him.
Wow. So who you think got the best of each other on that song? Who you think?
Me.
You?
Come on. Come on.
He sitting there like, nah, bro.
Listen, man. The teacher had to pass the crown to the student at sometimes. So I felt like it was only right.
I want to talk about that parallel with basketball, because a lot of times when we speak of the greats in basketball, we always say Michael Jordan passed the torch to Kobe, and then Kobe gave it to LeBron. What's your thoughts on that? Do you feel like Jordan's gonna always be at the top, or you coming from your era? Where do you feel who's the real GOAT of basketball?
I don't think there is a real GOAT. I don't think there is a real GOAT. Like I think
you don't.
Nah, and the only reason why I say that is because everybody played in different eras.
Okay.
So you had Jordan, and then we had Kobe, and then we had LeBron, and now we have Stephen Curry. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You put any of those guys in another era, they're still going to, adapt to that era, but everybody played at a different time of basketball.
Okay.
So I feel like everybody's kind of like a great of their time.
Era. Do you feel that same way about hip hop? Please don't tell me you do, because I ain't feeling that, bro.
I mean, well, it
gotta be a GOAT in hip hop, bro.
It depends. I mean, is it really? What do you define a GOAT as? That's the biggest question. What to you makes a GOAT?
Okay, so this is what to me makes a GOAT. But before I say the meaning to GOAT, I'm going to tell you who my GOAT is. It's
Okay.
B.I.G., Notorious B.I.G.
Okay.
And the reason my GOAT is someone that can influence the culture,
Right?
someone that has a rhyme pattern and a cadence that we might have never seen, and it still transitions into different eras, which
Right.
Biggie has done that. And not only that, but Biggie has helped a lot of artists during his time. He put on Junior Mafia. He heard Cameron rap. Then Cameron became a star. He heard, the L.L.C, and they did what they did. So it's just like he had so much that he implemented when he was here.
Right.
So that's why I give him a GOAT. And then on top of that, I always say that Biggie watched Jay-Z on both songs he did with him. I Love the Dough and Brooklyn's Finest. And we still putting Jay-Z up here. Not to say he can't be, but for me, it's going to always be B.I.G.
Okay.
That's just me, though. And he did it with 2 albums. And a lot of people say his span is not long enough. My rebuttal to that is he did it at 25, and there's dudes that's been rapping for 20 years still can't do what Biggie did.
Right.
Not even Rakim. Shout out to Rakim, but I still don't think that Rakim messing with Biggie. That's just me, though. That's just me.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of people will push back on that because of Rakim and just his ambiance for the culture.
Shoot, people will push back on that and say KRS-One.
That too, or even Big Daddy Kane.
I think when it comes to music,
it's subjective.
It's very subjective, and I think that's the biggest difference between sports, because you can look at sports and see what one particular player is doing to the league. But the thing is, they all play in the same league.
Right.
Everybody in music don't play in the same league.
That's a fact.
So somebody's top artist right now could be Lil Baby, respectfully.
No, I can respect that.
And
I got him as top.
But at the same time, somebody could kind of be like, well, J. Cole's still rapping.
That's a fact too.
You know what I'm saying?
So yeah.
So I think it all comes down to what to you is a GOAT. I'm saying that's really how you, because whoever you think is the greatest is who you gonna think is the greatest.
But who you think is the greatest?
Who do I think is the greatest? That's a great question. I mean, if we talking about rapping wise, I gotta say Black Thought. That's my guy right there.
Well,
That's
again, he's an alien, and Black Thor actually just bodied Benny the Butcher's beat at a festival, and my cousin DM'd it to me, and I'm just like,
amazing.
I'm just like, bro, man, this dude has no flaws. His breathing control, he has no flaws, bro.
He has an extensive vocabulary, the words.
He does.
The words that he used, I think that's what, and that's an artist that really inspires me. When it comes to this music, I don't never want to make nothing dumbed down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I listen to what he do, and I see the things that he's saying, and it's it's still working. You know what I'm saying? At a time where a lot of rappers don't really want to rap,
right?
It's still working.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
shout out to Black Thought, man. It's just real, amazing to me that you can just be so great for just so long. I mean, it's been the Roots first album came out in like something in the 90s, bro. And it's just like, and them, let's not forget him and Beanie Siegel was a group before they both paired off to do their own thing, man. Shout out to all the Philly greats, man. I really appreciate your time. But before we go, man, I want you to tell the people what you got coming up. Why should they listen to you? And what's next for you? Like, what does 2023 look like for you? What's the next 5 years look like for you?
First and foremost, October 21st, Heartbreak Superstar mixtape is coming out, man. It's going to be on all platforms, so make sure y'all tap in with me and check that out.
Let's give a shout out to
October 28th. I think it said Chuck's Alibi, but I'm gonna double check that. Make sure I put the flyer up. But we got the Crows Fest out in Philly, man. So make sure y'all come out, vibe out, man. I'm performing, so come out, come see me live, man. We gonna turn up.
Okay.
As far as like the music goes, man, like just go through everything, man. Find what you like. It's a little bit of everything on.
It is, man. I went through your catalog.
I'm on all platforms too, so.
And you're very descriptive. And when you write your music, like especially that 2 a.m. man, and that man, bruh, and it's crazy, bro. Now that I look at where you was at, I actually stayed at that Hilton when I was in Puerto Rico in 2017. That I'm like staring at the name of the part of, I'm like actually stayed at that hotel. That's crazy.
We was there, man. We had a good time too, man.
Yeah, shout out. And actually, prayers up to Puerto Rico. They just actually had a hurricane out there too. So Joe Biden, get your shit together, bro. Get that shit back together. Cause
man, it was just help. I don't know. 2 a.m. man, Condado to me was just like a vision. Like I was just kind of like, you know, everything was like playing in my head. I was just writing it down. Right. You know, I had a line on there, something about my shorty from my grandparents on the pendant. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you know, I try not to touch too deep on it just because I ain't get there yet. But you know what I'm saying? I definitely do make the references, man. You know, I keep them with me everywhere I go. So
that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
As far as 2023, man, I'm saying that the big album is on the way, man.
Okay.
We got some stuff on the way, man.
I can't wait, man.
It's gonna be exciting,
man. I appreciate you coming.
I appreciate you.
Shout out to
your
pops,
brother.
man. He was a rapper too. That messed me up, bro. Now I gotta really like. It's like, yo, it's dope to see like even me and my son. Like I had my son on my podcast for the first time today, and he wants to be an actor, but he also wants to be like doing what I do. So it's just dope to, you know, like fatherhood is dope. And a lot of times fathers don't get the credit they deserve, and I appreciate your pop and yourself, and it's just dope to see that, man, because it's rare, bro. It's rare. Yeah, it's super rare.
I'm saying, you know, he keep me on the right track, man. He make sure that you know, everything coming my way is meant to push me forward.
That's
nothing to, you know I'm saying, stop my growth or nothing like that. So
tough love,
in my opinion, man. That's the best person to have on your team. Somebody that knows you.
Yeah, somebody instead of just your friend on the block, and
man.
the homie, who the big homie and all that.
And he used to rap, man. So it's like, you know, like I said, he knows the business. So
exactly,
you know, I don't have no misdirection.
That's dope, man. Well, again, like I said, I appreciate you, bro, dog.
I appreciate you,
and I'm gonna support you, man. One thing about people that come on my show, once you come on, you family to the show, man, for sure.
I appreciate that.
Well, you already know what it is. It's your boy DJ Bugsy, Door for Hip Hop Podcast, man. We got the next indie artist spotlight coming up next. Keep it where you got it. Peace.
What do you do? It's your 10-year-old mascot in the building. But anyways, y'all, stream on them platforms. You got Google Podcasts, you got Apple Podcasts, you got Spotify, but more importantly, YouTube. Check out the I Do It for Hip Hop Podcast. But when you do that, you gotta subscribe. And when you subscribe, there's gonna be a ball.